Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Today we're playing Juggernaut. We're going into the top lane. This was random draft. And
I got a spare golden sword.
Arkimor has a spare golden sword apparently. Anyway, we're playing Juggernaut here. We're talking about the sword because we just spent a little while discussing which sword is nicer, the dragon sword or the
30 seconds to showtime.
Sorry, or the new abyssal blade. I personally like my dragon sword a bit more, so I'm kind of sticking with that. Anyway, let's go up here. Maybe we can get a quick pick off. Hello, Sir Elon Tusk.
Tomato soup.
You know, one of the funniest realizations that I've ever had while playing Dota is I was joking about how Tusk would be our new president and he would be called Donald Tusk. And then I googled the name and I learned that the president of the European Union is actually called Donald Tusk. And I didn't know that before that, but I don't know, I just thought that was really funny. I don't know if it's as funny when I tell the story. Anyway, you know what's also not very funny is I have an ear infection right now. I went to the doctor earlier today and she's like, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about that. So I gotta put like fucking drops in my ear and that's just not fun. That just really sucks. So that's cool.
I also get
Anyway.
immortal.
Gotta get you. I watched the Purge video today and Purge told me that the knives are very good. So I'm now going to deny to make Purge proud. Just as I miss a deny, but you know, the last hit is more important. But yes, Purge told me that the knives are important, so I want to make Purge happy, right? Mostly because he spent about 90% of that video insulting Sir Action Slacks, and that was very funny.
That looks beautiful.
Anyway. But yeah, we're just kind of playing Juggernaut here. Gonna go ahead and just do our thing and grind it up. And I'm playing Juggernaut just because I wanted somebody that's like magic immune mostly. Somebody who's magic immune and somebody that if I see a Tinker, I can kill a Tinker. And that is Juggernaut. Juggernaut's pretty good at that. Right, and yeah. I mean, I guess I could have taken a Lifestealer, but Lifestealer is just kind of like lame. A little bit lame. Especially since we did them recently. Anyway. Gonna continue grinding right here. I know you're paying more. We have chronicle ear. I've been having a chronicle ear infection since I was 14 and returns usually once or twice a year and that sucks. That sucks. That doesn't sound nice at all. Yeah. No, but it's just been bothering me that I like, you know, like because like my ears started hurting a few days ago. And at first I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I guess I slept on it funny or something. I don't know. Like, that's my base assumption. If something is wrong with my body, I'm just like, I probably slept funny. That's probably it. I mean, let's be realistic. That's probably it. Oh, man. But, yeah. It just wasn't really getting better. And then yesterday it actually started being quite painful. Oh, well. Anyway, YouTube has started batting YouTube channels that that announce that they are streaming on Twitch. So that's fun.
Right, creep.
No, despite knowing that, I still announced that I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch. That's just because I'm a real rebel. And also because I don't think they'll actually continue enforcing that policy. I know people are like kind of freaking out about it, but the thing about YouTube is like YouTube lives on its popularity, and that is not something that will gather them a lot of popularity. Especially, it's kind of stupid. Like, the thing is, people aren't. So here's the thing, like, this seems like something that was a decision that some like higher up in the company made that doesn't actually understand why people use Twitch, right? Because like, here's the thing, here's why people watch Twitch and not fucking YouTube Gaming. First of all, it's called YouTube Gaming, right? That's a terrible fucking name. I don't know if they have since renamed the live streaming service, but like it used to be called YouTube Gaming. That's just a really bad name. And then Second reason, it's just a worse service. It's just worse. Right? Like, why is the chat so small? Why is the chat in such a weird location? I don't know. I mean, it's just not as nice. But I suppose that's the thing, you know, your YouTube. You've been doing your thing without any competition for years now. And you forget how to actually innovate, you know, and that's just how it goes. But yeah. So to be honest, like, I think YouTube like kind of banned some of the really big channels. Just kind of to send the message that, hey, we don't want you doing this. And then, surprise, surprise, that backfired hard on them. And I think they'll probably not continue doing it. And they'll especially not start doing it to smaller channels like mine. Just don't really see that happening, I gotta be honest with you. Alright, so. Yeah, gotta live with a little bit of risk in your life, right? So I want you guys to know when I'm fucking streaming. Because I want to hang out with you all. Hey, how you doing, Elon Tusk? I got myself a good old Aquila. I like Aquila. Oh, well, that was a lag.
Did you have a lag too?
Yep. Okay, well, that was interesting. Everybody lagged there for a little bit.
There's someone, there's someone.
One more. There we go.
No.
I am up. I am out. Goodbye. Okay, we
Kind
fine.
of pulling your creep to here for me.
I don't think we ended up, yeah. I don't think we ended up losing anybody, so. All around, I think a good situation.
Big way.
Ended up working out fine. Cool. Cool. Go in here. Spin on that. One of the big things I like about Juggernaut, just the ability, you know, like you use the Q, you kill a creep wave, cool. Reset everything. It's nice. Pretty good shape here. Yeah, you guys could just keep bothering him. That support Nature's Prophet is actually working out really well here. Like, I have not seen that axe much in lane. And that's nice. Alright, that's super important. Let me go and actually get my face boots.
Wow.
I would like to see that. Another question is, what do we go for from here? I kind of don't actually want to go Battle Fury in this match. I think in this match, I want to just come online as quickly as I can and start doing shit. You know, just be scary.
Coming.
Cool. Got him. And... come on. There we go. Cool, that's another kill. It's important we got the Huskar, right? Like, that's somebody we really want to shut down. But I kind of want additional mana. Is Lincoln's an option? Is Lincoln's too weird? I feel like Lincoln's might actually just be too weird. What do I buy on my Juggernaut here?
Oh yeah, the what?
Oh crap, and I'm a Blade Fluer. Oh, I'm coming.
I'm dead.
Goodbye. Oh, well, rip Timo. Okay, let me get back away here.
Of course.
It's Ancient
They had
Yasha.
enough of us pulling the axe.
I don't know. I'm too fast for you, you're not getting me. Battle Fury does actually just kind of seem nice. You know, against all of the summons. Alright. I guess, let's actually go Battle Fury. I don't know, like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out from the Lycan. You know, Battle Fury will make my ultimate just kind of like do AoE and such. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. I could also go for like Vanguard into Diffusal Blade. That seems a bit odd, but I feel like it might actually work. Well, sometimes the things that are a little bit odd, they work the best. Unconventional methods. Unconventional methods. Let me actually talk about something really quick. So, with the Kickstarter, right? We're still doing really well. I'm still really happy with everything. And I want to kind of like offer more value for everybody. Now, people have been requesting, and I've just seen a few requests. It's not like a million, right? But there have just been a few requests from people like, hey, it would be cool if we had some stretch goals that, you know, added more cards into the game or something like that, right? And here's kind of the problem with that. And I just kind of want to lay that out so we're all on the same page, right? But the problem with just adding more cards into the disasters is that the game doesn't really work that way, right? They're like other card games where you can just add more cards in and it's fine, right? That just adds more variety into the game. But because of the way disasters is played, it's kind of played on a very specific clock and with a very specific tempo in mind. And if I now go and, for example, instead of playing with 100 cards, you know, 100 cards and 6 disasters, we instead play with 120 cards and 6 disasters, the game becomes much more difficult. Not much more difficult, much easier, right? The game becomes easier, right? And also it starts taking a lot longer, right? And on a similar note, you know, like, then we can, of course, say, well, just add in more disasters, but then, you know, again, it just throws off the balance, everything starts taking longer, and so on, right? Now, of course, you could say, well, then just make it so that you add in some cards, and then, say, remove 20 cards from the deck. But I think that's kind of lame. Like, something that I like, and something that I, you know, kind of took care of with the game, is that it's something you can just get out of the box and start playing, right? You don't have to spend any time thinking about it. You don't have to spend any... Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I'm mega dead. You don't have to go through and, like, sort a bunch of cards and such. Because that's actually nice, right? As you play the game, the disasters sort themselves, right? They come out of the deck on their own. And you don't even have to do any sorting afterwards. Like, afterwards, you just take all of the cards, except for the throne rooms. You pick out the 5 throne rooms, which is super easy, right? You pick out the 5 throne rooms, put everything else in a pile, slap the disasters on top, and done. And then you can just, next time you play, you just give everybody a throne room, shuffle the big pile, add some disasters in, and you're good to go, right? And by adding more cards, like, I feel like we diminish that experience. So I don't really like that, you know? And then people are saying, like, I've had some ridiculous requests for stretch goals. Somebody was like, why don't you make one of the stretch goals to make the cards bigger? But the point of the small cards isn't that we're trying to save money, right? Like, small cards aren't cheaper than big cards. Big cards are much cheaper than small ones, right? The reason why we have the small cards is because they just work better for the type of game we're trying to make. Like, you need that desk space. Like, that's actually genuinely it. Run. Cool, we good. Right? Like, having small cards, like, people that have been following this all along, they know that it's because desk space is an issue with it, right? And we gotta make sure that there's enough desk space available, so that's why the cards are small. So, I've been thinking about stretch goals, because, like, again, we can't really add anything more into the base game. So I wanna just still, you know, like, give back, though. So one of the ideas I had is that the €50 package, which currently includes the game, the poster, the vanity deck box, right? If we just added a T-shirt into that as well, and we got a design ready now, and I just sent it off to DFTBA to kind of like get a mock-up from them on a proper shirt. But let me go ahead and show it to you. This is what it looks like. And we were thinking we do 3 different colors. You know, we do a purple, a dark blue, and then black. Right? And that would just be something that is included in the package if we reach that stretch goal, because then we can, you know, just do that. Right? You don't have to pay extra, and it's just like the 50 package now just includes this t-shirt. And I think that would be really neat. Right? And again, like, I know people are like, it would be cool if you could add some more stuff into the base game, but the base game was always intended to be just this small little package, right? Where it's just this complete little thing that you just, it's just good to go, good to play, and you don't have to, like, it's not a giant box that you carry around. And to me, I don't want to compromise that. Right? Just adding more stuff into the game wouldn't make the game more of what I want the game to be. I think it would actually make the game less of what I want it to be, and I think that would be a shame. So I think adding value like that is kind of neat, right? This shirt is also designed by Jeremy, of course, right? So our artist, I tortured him for like 2 days, and then then we finally got a shirt. This is usually how it goes, by the way. Like, I'm like, Jeremy, I need you to do something for me. And then he does something for me. And then I'm like, Jeremy, this is garbage. Do it again. Not like that, of course. But I torture him for a few days and then we get something nice. So, that's just, I think that would be neat, right? And again, it would just be included. So, yeah. Let me go ahead and get this.
Of course.
So I kind of want some more HP mostly. What do I buy? I guess Sage and Yasha is probably not a bad idea. Do I need Mantis Style? I actually want to get Mantis Style. So I guess since I'm going Mantis Style, I also want to get Diffuser Blade probably. And BKB. Do I want BKB here? I'm not sure about that. I'm going to try to sell the tabletop subversion, or is it just going to be in the workshop? No, that will be free. So here's something I do believe in. Like, I think the game is best played when you're, you know, on like a nice summer evening or late afternoon, when you're hanging out with a bunch of friends, you just had a barbecue, and you're just there chilling. That's when I think the game is at its best. And I don't think the game is at its best when you play it online or over tabletop sim. I think it's still fun then, but it's nowhere near as fun as playing it in person. And it's nowhere near as fun as just playing it with a bunch of friends around a table. And so, to me, since the browser-based version and the tabletop sim version, all of those to me are lesser versions of the actual product, but they will still be fun and they will still be engaging for you to play, and it's a nice way for you to maybe show it to a friend or something like that. So I don't want to charge for any of that. I want that to be completely free. I want it to be completely just something that you can like go and be like, hey, let's play some. Right? Again, available to everybody for free. So yes, tabletop sim version will be free. Right? The browser-based version will be free. And by the way, I have already looked into how to make the browser-based version, and I now know how we are going to make it and all of that. And it will be nice, right? It will be nice. Development hasn't started. Development won't start for a little while. Mostly because the art of the game isn't finished. So there isn't really much of a point to making the browser-based version already. But it will be nice once we start. But yeah. Right, so I don't want to charge for any of that. And there will also not be, you know, microtransactions or something stupid like that, you know. It's just you'll have the game, you can't just play it there. Because I personally consider it more advertisement than anything. And I also think it's just a win-win scenario, you know, like you can show it to your friends and then maybe they'll be interested in buying it. And if they don't, then whatever, you know, like then you wouldn't have bought it anyway. I don't want you to buy a bad game. I don't want you to buy a product and then not be happy with it, right? So, yeah, anyway. If more cards don't work, what will be happening with the expansions? Well, expansions are an entirely different thing, right? So the more cards don't work for the base set of cards. Expansions I look at from an entirely different perspective, and expansions would totally be treated entirely differently, and yeah. So don't worry about that. Healing, healing, healing. Oh. You're not who I wanted to kill, but I'll take it. I am probably dead. Ow. Shit. Yeah, they're tanky. They're really tanky. They're not going down. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video so far. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. We'll definitely appreciate that. And yeah, we'll see what we can do from here. If I wasn't poor as fuck, I'd love to back it and get a copy. The game looks so fun. Hopefully I'll be able to grab it post-Kickstarter at some point. Yeah, it will just be available for purchase. Don't worry about it. Right? And if you just want to play it, again, I want to make it just available for free. You don't have to pay anything. This guy got Battle Fury. Dude, I bought my Battle Fury to counter your Necrobook. And now you're memeing on me like this. How dare you? Frankly. How dare you? Alright. Oh, and by the way, so this is something that I've announced quite a few times before. Or not really announced, but like said I would do it quite a few times before. But in all likelihood, I'm going to start streaming a lot more in the future. And in the future, I mean in a month or so. Probably. Alright, no hard promises at this point. But yeah. As in, I'll probably like start streaming at 10 in the morning and then go until like 6 PM or something like that. Maybe like a little break in between. And there's a reason for that. Anyway. I'm gonna just go down here. Well, that's good. I'm glad you agree. Oh, fuck that shit. Just nope. Nope. No, 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 no. Let me go in and scoot on out of there. I don't want to fight that dude. He's scary. Does scary things. Oh, and by the way, another thing about the disasters. So we promised you alternate game modes. Right now, I have actually been working on that rule set. And I'm really happy with some of the ideas I've got. Like, I was really worried at first, and it kind of took me a while to get some good ideas going. But I've got a co-op rule set that I think is really, really interesting. And I really like it. And I think you guys will enjoy it a lot as well. So, yeah. Okay. No, it's not gonna keep going here. But yeah, I've got a co-op rule set that I think you guys will really enjoy. And it will just be hella sick. Hella sick. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. But I don't know. I'm just really happy with it. Like, it's definitely gonna need some minor adjustments. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I'm probably gonna show it off at some point.
It is not time. Forward.
Is the announcement Saturday tomorrow? No, what's Saturday? It's tomorrow. Let me go here. Yeah, I'm quite
As you wish.
quite farmed here.
What coward runs?
Alright. Doing pretty well. Just working on my diffuser blade. Once I have that, I'll be able to just kind of overwhelm them. Which is nice. It's like, right now I don't actually do crazy amounts of damage by any means, but I think I do enough to be, you know, at least somewhat significant.
Your mid tower's in a bit of a bind.
Okay, Lycanus there, that's the Clockwork. Clockwork is really one of the big heroes I'm worried about. Clockwork and Axe, but that's the Husker. They've got too many heroes in other positions. They're not really able to, you know, jump me. And they also made, so. Let's go. Oops.
Already moving. Your mid tower ain't doing too well.
Because those Omni Slash. Do you know at what time I plan on streaming tomorrow? Yeah, tournament starts at 12 at noon. So I'm gonna start my stream a little bit ahead of that. Just a little bit. Probably at 11:30 or something, I don't know. And then we'll keep going until tournament is over.
Run if you can. I bring my blade.
Why? Oh shit. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sit that tinker. Oh man. That's on a time where I'm awake already too soon. Well, the thing is the stream is gonna be going for quite a while. Right? Like it's I mean it's a full tournament. And we're like, if you're just interested in the announcement, we're having that rather late in the day. So don't worry about it. Man, these guys are so fucking tanky. I need to tank up. Probably get like Scotty. Lifesteal? Lifesteal good on Juggernaut. Does he need it? Doesn't really need it, does he? Hey,
I'm telling you,
Coco.
Diffusion, Manta, AC out of Scotty.
Yeah. What I think is nice with the Disaster slash Cataclysm is that you can decide the difficulty with them. What I want an easy game, plays 0 to 6, normal 6 to 12, can be half-half. Hard 12 to 8, and Apocalypse 18 to 24. Something like that, yeah. Right, I think it's, you know, you can really... This is something that's nice about Disasters as a whole. Is like, the difficulty is really up to you to decide. If you feel like the Disasters aren't scary enough, just shuffle in another one. And trust me, just putting in one more Disaster, whoo, that makes a big difference. And to me, that adds a lot of replay value. Because you can kind of be like, ah, alright, we'll just put in one more. And I do want to make clear that I personally encourage that, right? Like, I think that's cool. Like, if you play the game, I think it would be really neat if you went out there and you just experimented a bit like that. Absolutely. Feel free. Go right ahead. Okay. So luckily Juggernaut has some tanking talents. Like we're gonna get 10 armor here. We're probably gonna get 600 health at level 25. I don't think the 5 Omni Slash strikes are gonna be that important. We just wanna, you know, be able to actually take some hits. So. But yeah, 10 armor and 600 HP, that is a lot of survivability. That's actually kind of crazy how much that is.
It is not time.
There we go. Thank you. Rip. No, we're probably not gonna be able to go there. I would like to push in there, but it's just too risky. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we're starting to be quite powerful. And honestly, those 10 armor, they saved me right there. Alright. Blade mail damage, that's all physical, because I do physical damage. So 10 armor, that goes a long way right there. Okay.
I'm not ready.
So, what do we buy next? I mean, the Buzzer Blade is probably not a bad idea.
Like in a Shadow Blade. What the fuck is this build?
Very well.
I don't know. It's a weird Lycan. Doesn't really like his summons. Not very much like Lycan. Maybe he doesn't like being like Lycan. Maybe he prefers being like somebody else.
As you wish.
Scotty?
Maybe he prefers being Juggernaut.
I do need more HP, I think. I don't think I need much more damage, really. I'll get a Scotty. I think Scotty will be fine. This seems fine. Bloodthorn? No, no, no. I want HP. I need to tank up. I need to tank up really bad.
It's an honor.
So,
My power increases.
HP seems reasonable enough.
A fine idea. Already moving.
That scared me. We don't have any vision, and against a team with as much initiation as theirs, that's not a good idea. There's the axe.
The console reward me.
Yeah.
Okay.
How can you buy the wards now? I'm not buying wards anymore.
It is not time.
Ah, fuck. I'm not getting either one? Really? At least I got the... At least I got the axe. I can still hear. I mean, that was kind of fine, I guess. We lost a lot of heroes. So close, but like Lycan is just quick. 650 movement speed. I mean, there's literally no way you can keep up with that. It's just not possible. Oh, well. Funny enough, Scotty won't actually help with that. Think you will add / change more cards that are more player-to-player interactive. I see a comment calling it solitaire, and I actually agree with that. Yeah, I've seen that comment every time, and I think people just are wrong. The thing is, people don't interact because it's really hard for me to find a party to record with that, you know, has kind of played the game before. Usually what I get for players is... I just kind of like ask for people to play with and like, hey, you know, come play with us. The game is hugely interactive. I think everybody that says that the game isn't interactive is just blatantly wrong and uninformed and is making like just a false statement. And I see where you're coming from, right? Where it's just like people don't usually interact. But there's a huge difference between people, between a game being uninteractive and people just not interacting, choosing to not do that. Which is what is the case here. The game offers the options. It definitely does. Like 100% does. People just aren't using them. Why are people not using them? Because they're bad. I know that sounds harsh. But the game does actually have a pretty significant amount of skill involved. And for you to be able to use offensive options as well as, you know, survive, you actually gotta have pretty decent experience in terms of playing the game. And people just don't have that because the game is so fresh and so new and everybody sucks at it. And there's nothing really wrong with that, but that's just the reality of it. And because of that, it seems like people aren't interacting. But there's a shit ton of options in the game for interaction, right? Pretty much every card that says swap 2 rooms is basically, it never says swap 2 of your rooms. It always says swap 2 rooms, which means you can swap the rooms of any player, right? You can go and mess with an opponent. And people do that, right? And not only that, but just shop interaction. Like, that's interaction, right? Like, you need to be able to, like, draw from the shop or how you manipulate the shop. People do have the ability to, you know, in certain situations with quite a few cards, to discard cards from the shop. And in that way, you can interact with enemies in terms of, like, what kind of cards can they even draw from the deck. And that is all interaction, and that is all something that is just being completely neglected by anybody that says the game doesn't have interaction. And I don't want to come across as just somebody that is like, you know, aggressively trying to defend any criticism against my game. Like, that's not the point. I do think the game isn't perfect, right? I mean, I would be very surprised if it was, right? But the thing is that the interaction as it is right now isn't hugely aggressive. And it isn't just straight up, hey, kill an opponent's castle. Because I actually used to have that kind of interaction. And I promise you the game was a lot less fun with that. Like, I used to have those kind of cards, and the game was just, ooh, it's just harsh. And it's rude, and it's intrusive, and people didn't really enjoy playing it as much. But by removing those kind of super hyper-aggressive cards, and just kind of making it more like, here, you have a choice, right? And making the individual interactions a little bit smaller, but making more of them available, people have started enjoying it a lot more. And I promise you, if you play in a party of people that actually are more experienced with the game, people will interact and people will actually be quite mean to each other. I have had those games before. Yeah, the YouTube game was a bad example. We were too busy dying to set up combos to sabotage each other. Now, that's another thing, right? Like that most recent game that we uploaded, that was a really bad example for interaction because we just introduced those new disasters. And as I mentioned before, those were supposed to be super fucking scary. And I mean, they killed 2 players, right? So there wasn't really much room for interaction there because we were just busy trying to survive. Now, this is kind of where it gets a little paradoxical, because people have been asking for 2 things. One of them is more dangerous disasters, and the other one is more player interaction. You may notice both don't work together. We just introduced more dangerous disasters, which means players have to spend more of their time focusing on themselves and making sure that they survive, which simultaneously reduces the player interaction. But if we don't have those dangerous disasters, then because, you know, now players have more time and don't have to play as safe and they don't have to be as worried about dying, they can be more interactive with each other. So it really comes down to just a matter of like how, you know, each match plays out, and each match will play out differently, and it comes down to who you play with. Just play without disasters. You can play without disasters if you want to. Like, I'm not even gonna say that that is a bad idea. You want to have maximum player interaction, remove the disasters from the game. Seriously, go ahead, do that. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. Right? Maximum player interaction will be you remove the disasters from the game, and then people will just be constantly fighting each other. You can do that, but the game wasn't really meant to be that, right? Like, the game was meant to be more of this like subtle, constant stream of small interactions that play out in the long term. And you know, that's just kind of how it is, I guess, right? So saying that there isn't any interaction, I personally just think is wrong. I just think that's not true. But I don't blame for people for thinking that, because people think that because A, they haven't played the game, and B, they're bad at the game, right? Like, if I like, I don't know, like, what's a game? Fuck. Alright, I'm kind of struggling a bit to come up with something here, right? But if you, there you go. Like, if you played Settlers of Catan for the first time, you would think there's no player interaction, right? Let's say you have a table with 5 players, or 4 players that are all playing Settlers for the first time. It will seem like there's no player interaction. But as you get better and better at the game, you start trading more aggressively, right? You start interacting with people a lot more, and the game becomes more and more complex simply by that. You should have called the game, dude, Where's My Moons? Yeah, I mean, that's just because Jeremy just picked some random disaster numbers and made the cataclysms with that, right? I gotta go.
Wait, what? We're left behind, man.
Yeah, that's not a good fight. It's not a good fight.
To battle.
Imagine, no, people just never play with disasters. If that's how you want to play the game, then go ahead and play the game that way. Right? And honestly, I think disasters as it is, right? Like, the base principles in terms of like how you, to me, the most interesting part of disasters is like how you build, you know, your castle, and how you like use that to you know, play cards and activate effects. Right, to me that's like the core mechanics of the game. And I can totally see myself making a version of the game in the future, not right now, but in the future, where there just aren't any disasters. And it's just totally only about that. I actually already have an idea for that. But, like, I've actually had an idea for that for a little while now. But yeah, I can totally see that being a thing. It's just not what this game currently is. Always keep in mind that what I currently made, and this is what Disasters is in its current state, is the base set. Right? Base set. It's always important to not forget about that. Rude. Got him. Yeah, I'm pretty strong now. Oh, you've got a lot of evasion. You've got a lot of evasion. Think we got him? Oops. This was maybe not the smartest play. Next expansion has life points and only castle levels allowed, and all cards have attack and defense points. And then some weird dude with spiky hair starts talking about the heart of the cards. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. It sounds like a good game now, man. Oh, you guys need to see the Coco. The Coco loves her heated cat bed. Look at the Coco. Look at her. Hey Coco, how you doing? Yeah, that's a good Coco. She loves her heated cat bed. I originally got that for Nikita, who was an old cat, and I thought that she would like a heated cat bed. Because, you know, like, generally speaking, old people kind of like things warm. And I thought that it wouldn't be any different with a cat. And she did like the heated cat bed. But nobody likes the heated cat bed as much as the Coco does.
We're throwing, boys.
Nobody likes the cat bed as much as the Coco does. Absolutely nobody. Isn't that right?
The seeds of fortune.
The only possible play. I really didn't have much choice in that last encounter with the team, with their team. Right? Like I had to dive their fountain. These are the facts. I think we can all agree with that. Chat, push one if you agree that there's really just there wasn't much else we could have done. It's kind of unfortunate that we were forced in such a situation, but there was nothing else we could have done.
They're pushing mid. Yeah, because you went in and fought back. Now we're throwing the game.
Bad news about your mid tower.
Oh, he's got Hex! Oh no!
Where are you guys throwing?
Didn't know he had Hex.
Baumi!
What was that down there? Why?
First Satsa, then you.
I had no idea he had Hex. Y'all didn't tell me he has
I had no
Hex.
idea you were alone, right?
But we don't run in against 5 people from the back.
Well, you guys were on the
So
front.
there is no...
He's Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet can come in from anywhere. Nature's Prophet does.
It's lost.
Oh no. We're fine.
Good job, team. We have this in the back.
No, what are you talking about? We're fine.
Yeah, in any parallel universe, but not in this one.
Maybe we shouldn't have bought that moonshot. You know, thinking about it, that moonshot was probably not a priority. Don't worry, I'll be right back. It's just like, give me a little bit.
Okay, Baumi, show us what you can do.
I'm sprouting our ancient while I was alive. Just go for it, it saved it. Like I couldn't take the ancient.
You better win this game now.
Don't worry. This is fine.
Matt and me, we did this. We defended this. This game is on us.
Don't worry.
And Arkham. But not on you. And Sunset Baumi, not on you too.
Well, somebody gonna come help me? I think it's just gonna permahex me. Like, I actually just cannot do this on my own.
A fine idea.
I don't quite have enough money for buyback, funnily enough. Nice jump. Okay. Oh,
It was a fun game though.
just get the fucking barracks, man.
No. Arkham.
Two down.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, we got Mega.
Those top rags ain't gonna be. Now we got a serious case of mega creeps.
It's okay.
No,
I have
report
buyback.
our carries.
Why was the Nature's Prophet not here for that fight, man?
But they all pop. And eventually, it won't be in base till we respawn.
It's good. Don't worry. It's fine. It's just fine. It's fine.
I read it.
It's fine. We're fine.
Okay, the super.
It's
Minimis is
fine.
coming in, the Mega's coming behind. We're so dead.
I've got buyback. Don't worry.
Best mind your mid rags.
And as I see, you have a moonshot too. How does this come?
Sorry about your mid rags.
Please.
Oh crap! Kill this guy. Oh, oh, oh!
Oh my god, guys!
It's fine.
Oh, the freaking sprout!
No! Sprout! Yes! It's fine. It's fine.
Attack it!
Dota's a fair and balanced game, okay? It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I just wanted to finish my quest.
I go.
I just wanted to finish my. It's fine. It's
No,
fine.
no, Husker could have attacked, but he just was stunned. But the others couldn't. I think he could.
Yeah, Sprout is a balanced ability. See, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's just extended BM. It's just very extended BM. This BM is so fucking extended. You know? Nothing has ever been as extended as this
This game,
BM.
Baumi, thank you for those heart attacks. I go to hospital now.
It's okay, it's fine. Don't worry. Oh, that was funny. I wouldn't even be mad if we lost that game. Oh my god. Hey, we just wanted it to be interesting, okay? It's fine. It's fine. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a rating on the video. Man, that was funny. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.